This Guy's Garage. Like and subscribe.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you both for being here today. Your timing is quite fortuitous. In the Toronto Star this morning, there is a story that says documents reveal why RCMP didn't pursue criminal probe of Justin Trudeau and SNC-Lavalin affair. It says the Royal Canadian Mounted Police declined to pursue a criminal investigation into Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's actions during SNC-Lavalin affair, in part because the federal police force was thwarted in a bid to get confidential cabinet materials. Newly released documents show. Now, not the documents that they were seeking, just documents about the process that they used to seek them. Now, this came down to the RCMP Googling open source information, public information, to try and get the answers that they need instead of having access to the information that they were actually looking for. This, of course, is a scandal that saw the Prime Minister found guilty under the Conflict of Interest Act of using his power to interfere in the independence of the Attorney General, and that was for the purpose of helping his friends who were facing a criminal investigation, his friends at a multinational company. Now, the question that this raises, of course, is if Prime Minister Trudeau used his power to break Section 139 of the Criminal Code. And that says, everyone who willfully attempts in any manner to obstruct, pervert, or defeat the course of justice in a judicial proceeding is guilty of an offense. So, if so, it would mean that he was using his power to help a multinational company that had defrauded and bribed their way around the world amongst a host of other awful conduct. Now, this law, the Conflict of Interest Act, was broken. The question is, was the criminal code broken? And this scandal, this saga that saw Canada's first Indigenous Attorney General fired, and of course the then Health Minister had to follow her out the door. Now, some knowingly, some unknowingly undertook a cover-up to make sure that Canadians didn't get the answers that they needed. This is tremendously concerning for Canadians. It's still the subject of media reporting all these years later. 5 years later, people are still trying to get answers about what happened because Canadians have a desire to get the truth. And Canadians deserve that truth. So while you're here, I'd just like you to indulge me for a moment while I give notice of a motion. And that's that pursuant to Standing Order 1083H and in relation to media reports, the committee undertake a study to investigate why the RCMP did not pursue a criminal probe of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his involvement in the SNC-Lavalin affair, that the committee dedicate no less than 4 meetings to the study, that the committee invite Prime Minister Trudeau to appear before the committee for no less than 2 hours, in addition to any further witnesses that the committee may consider relevant to appear, and that the committee begin the study forthwith. So we'll send that to the clerk.
Both official languages as well, please.
Yes, absolutely.
And you've got 1 minute and 47 seconds. Go ahead.
How many orders have you issued to the government, Ms. Menard?
Last year I issued 157 orders.
And how many were complied with?
Most of them were. I think we have now up to 9 cases that the institution decided to challenge the orders, and 1 that they ignore the order, and we had to apply for a mandamus to force them to respect the order that was issued.
And now I would like you to explain why you have to issue orders, what the threshold is before that occurs. I don't think we have time. Which departments would you deem the serial offenders, the ones that appear most often for which you have to issue orders?
The top 5 institutions are always the one who will get the most orders because they have so many files behind. So LAC, Library and Archives, the RCMP, PCO, National Defense, and I can't remember the 5th one, but I can send you the name.
Immigration. And how much time do I have left, Chair?
45 seconds.
Has the current Liberal government gone to court to prevent your orders from being carried out?
A few institutions have actually challenged the orders, most of the time because they found that the timeline that I gave them were unreasonable, so they're trying to obtain longer delays to respond to an access request.
And following the projected time that they said it would take for them to fulfill the order, do they fulfill the orders 100% of the time?
Most of the time, we have to settle in court because the orders has been respected by the time we get a hearing case. So basically, this system, to go to court, is to gain some additional time.
And do you know what cost that is to your department for you to appear in federal court?
We have our own legal counsel, but I had to increase my legal counsels by 2, at least 3 employees to respond to that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Barrett. We're going to go to Ms. Khalid next.